I still don't know if anybody's clear on the answer to this, but you're taking the questions post-game. Who gets credit for their first NHL win as the head coach? Is it you or is it?
Oh, we'll give that to Benny.
Okay.
I mean, that's coming up. Those guys did a great job. Him and Kriegs come up in tough circumstances for them and for the, the players that are hopping in. The whole day is an interesting day when all that COVID's going on, but we found a way and we battled through it. And when you get a win at the end of the day, we'll just move on.
Dylan talked about the first period being a bit of a scramble, and then you guys set them straight in the intermission. What went on in the intermission and what needed to be corrected for the rest of the game?
Well, I think obviously Greiser kept us in the first couple of minutes or the first 10 minutes of the first period. He made some big saves for us, but just the turnovers. I mean, they were just beating us up the ice, and the turnovers were causing us havoc, and our gaps are bad, and we just weren't able to play the game we want to play. So after we just addressed it, and obviously they come back and they responded. I think they got better in the third period than they did the second period.
And what did you think of the play of Hiroshi and Barber and Criscolo getting called up and Rosalie having to play forward a little bit? Just those guys and how they contributed and sucked it up tonight.
Well, I think they did a great job. I mean, it's not easy coming in, but both teams have been hit by COVID bad. I mean, Jersey's been hit too, and they've got some really good players out. We've got some players out, and guys are coming in. But those players that you just mentioned, and the guys from Grand Rapids, they come up, they did a good job. I mean, they're excited to play in the NHL. NHL is the best league in the world, and you want to play. And they did a great job coming in. And it's just, it's one game at a time.
Thanks, Bruce.
Yeah.
Next, go to Max Boltman.
So could you just take us in like kind of the prep, the difference in the game prep tonight, like with Jeff being remote? Like, was he calling in to meetings, or what was kind of his involvement like?
Oh no, absolutely. We got him set up on a video in there, and we went over, like, obviously we go over the different situations from the power play to the penalty kill to 4-on-4 to 3-on-3, into overtime, into the shootouts, everything. So we try to cover all the bases, and obviously we didn't have to use them all, but we did cover everything. And then he would meet us in between periods, and what he would see and what we saw, and then we would just go back out and address it.
What was kind of the decision making behind the balance between keeping the NHL guys mostly with guys they were familiar with, and the AHL guys mostly who they were familiar with?
Well, I think it's just job duties. I mean, Benny runs the bench down there, so he's familiar more with the bench than probably I am. I run the D, and then I run the D in the penalty kill, and Benny runs that, and Todd Krieger runs the power play. So just trying to put people in places that they're familiar with, and try not to miss a beat as much as possible. We're 1 for 1, so we'll just go on from there.
And how big do you get from Dylan tonight? A performance like he had tonight on a night you guys needed it.
Yeah, you know what? I thought our big guys. I didn't like the turnovers at the beginning of the game. They got better, but they scored some big goals for us, and that's what they do. And we needed that. And I thought the 5th goal that Bert got was huge for us. I mean, they're trying to press a little bit. We got some pucks deep, but we had a good forecheck, and he puts that away, turns the game. It's over right then. As soon as he gets the 5th goal, it's over. It's a good feeling on the bench for sure. But those guys did a good job tonight. They played well.
Thanks.
Next, go to Helene St. James.
Doug, I'm curious. Steve this morning wasn't sure who was going to be acting head coach. How was that decided? He seemed nervous he might promote and demote somebody on the same day. How was that decided?
Oh, I have no idea. I'm not getting involved in any of that. I just know that, Blash told me I was just handling the meetings, and, we have our duties again. And I was to run the meetings in between periods, maybe just because I'm a little more familiar with the guys and what our systems and what we want. So meeting with him, that was what Blash should, talk to us about. So that's how it was dictated to us.
Okay. And then just the play Moritz made, I think it was Tyler's first goal, that puck between the defender's legs pass. I mean, just how good is Moritz? You see as much of him as anybody.
Well, you know what? He's a great player. I think he's just going to keep getting better and better. And I thought he respected the game tonight. Quite a bit. He knew that he had to play Jack Hughes the first couple of minutes. Thought Hughes got him behind him, and that was the last time he got him behind him, because he played against him most of the night. But he's a great player, and he's just learning the game, and every day he's getting better and better. And as you play against these better players all the time, there's something to pick up every night, and he did again tonight. And good.
Just that he's only 20 years old, and the things he's doing is remarkable.
Yes, yeah, and he's going to make mistakes. We all make mistakes, but he just wants to limit his mistakes as much as possible. I thought tonight, like I said, he defended, pretty well against Jack Hughes, is a good player. And, we get the win and we move on.
Thank you.
All right, those were all the questions we had tonight. Thanks everyone for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Congratulations.